Hello, out there in YouTube land. This the King for Mayor here. Um, so I recently watched a show on TV. Yeah, that's right. I'm watching TV now. Um, Very exciting stuff recently. Got cable for free.
Why
The
not?
uh, the show was created by National Geographic. Had a little National Geographic Presents and a little logo in the corner. Uh, it was called Aftermath, a world without oil. Yes, scary stuff, folks. Scary stuff indeed. World without oil. I was interested to see their take on it, since this is something that me and my friends have discussed numerous times. What would the world be like without oil? What if there weren't gas powered cars driving everywhere? Gas powered uh, airplanes and boats, and let's see, what else is there? Oh, generators, gas powered generators for electricity. No, that's about it. That's about all there is that uses gas. Um, you know, Basically vehicles and electrical generators. If you don't have another source of electricity nearby. Um, so they had this video. It was like an hour and a half TV special, something like that, and it was the world without oil. And yeah, it was terrible. It was bad. The whole, their perspective was that life as we know it would cease to exist. People would be dying in the streets. Ah, I can't live without my oil. Ah, Um, they had it was funny. They showed like people like cooking up like biodiesel like in their garage, like it's a meth lab, and they're like blowing themselves up and stuff, because it's really that hard to get oil from bio matter. It's a terribly dangerous process. But anyway, yeah, and people were like starving to death in cities. Like, oh, we can't get the food, we can't deliver the food, we can't move the trucks to deliver this food to people. They're paying like $1 million for like some like rotten lettuce and stuff. Um, yeah. Um, okay. First off, let me tell you something. All right, if where you live has no zero, are we talking zero, the big goose egg amount of food, like there is no food anywhere, okay, whether you got a car or not, you're gonna skedaddle, you're gonna move out of that location. Okay, you're just gonna say, you know what, I'm hungry, I'm gonna start walking. you know? And yeah, okay, New York's a big city, but walking you can probably get to, you know, um, the rural New York where they have cows. All right, cows, plural cows. Um, in about 2 hours, maybe maybe 3 or 4 if you're really taking your time. Marching out of the dead center of the village of Manhattan. Yeah, it's gonna take you, yes, 4 hours tops before you are killing and eating a cow. Um, but you know, but no, people are just like sitting in the city, all like, "Oh, I'm so hungry. There's no food to eat in my apartment building." uh, Yes, but the best though, the best, absolute best part of oh of the show was how after a whole year without oil, um, the space traveling thingy as we know it will cease to exist. That's right. No more space shuttles into outer space. You know, because the reason why you can't launch space shuttles and and rockets into space anymore after a year without oil is because you can't afford the oil to put in those rockets, which use huge amounts of oil. Yes. No. I'm sorry. Rockets do not use oil. Rockets do not run on diesel fuel or unleaded. They run on liquid oxygen, okay, which is air. They run on air, okay? You take air, you separate the oxygen from the carbon dioxide and nitrogen, which is an electrical process, okay? Electrical separation by ionizing the air. You can separate the oxygen. You then cool it, which uses compressors, air compressors, mostly just which run on electricity, um, and you make liquid oxygen, which powers your rockets. Okay, um, and then all the satellites up in outer space would come tumbling down to Earth because they don't have fuel to. They didn't launch their spaceships up there to refuel the satellites because satellites run on diesel. No, no, they don't. They run on uh, sometimes plutonium, radioactive element, um, or usually solar panels, because there's a lot of sunlight in outer space. Because there's no planets and stuff in the way. It's sunny all the time in outer space. Um, if anything, in a world without oil, we'd be launching more spaceships because we'd be out there looking for oil on the moon or on asteroids or on Mars. We'd go to Mars to get a gallon of gas if we had to. Yeah. Oh, and then all the countries go to war with each other over the last 2 pints of petrol fuel. That's right. Um, because wars. Like the military that doesn't use any oil. Yeah, you don't need oil to have a war. No, no. Um, so they're going to spend like 4 times as much fuel going to war than they're going to get out of it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, the only thing I could think of is National Geographic made this video to cause some sort of panic. That's the only thing I can think of because there's no scientific basis to the whole thing at all. Like, they didn't have any interviews with any scientists, experts of any sort. They didn't bother to talk to the guy down at the local community college. They didn't bother to ask the guy at the gas station anything. They certainly didn't talk to any government officials about anything. It was all just pretty much just made up. National Geographic made up a documentary. Who makes up a documentary and then puts it on TV and then puts the little National Geographic logo on it. Like, oh, this is official. Believe this, folks.